What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another episode of the FIFA 18 Road to Glory, episode number 40 today, the big 4-0, and today is the first episode of 2018, so hopefully you guys all had a very great Christmas and New Year, of course, and coming in 2018, we have a lot of stuff for you guys planned. Of course, we're going to be continuing on the Road to Glory, but on top of that, guys, I want to try and bring some other stuff to the channel. Don't know entirely when it's going to come, but hopefully it will come eventually. We'll hopefully grow our channel, grow our community, all that sort of good stuff, and hopefully it should be a fun journey for both of us, for both me the creator and you the content watcher. So hopefully you guys will enjoy 2018, and let's get straight into this episode, guys. So in this episode, guys, it's going to be a pretty long one, to be honest. There's a lot of stuff to get through. I'm pretty sure this episode's closer to 18 minutes, which is probably the longest episode I have on my channel today, and this might mean that it might come up a bit later, I'm not sure, depending on how fast my upload is at the current time. But right here, guys, I'm looking at Patrick Vieira, and I'm thinking to myself, he's not too expensive, he's actually very reasonably priced. So what I'm going to be doing over the next couple of weeks before Team of the Year finishes, I'm going to be completing this Vieira card. I don't care. This card is staying in the club for the rest of the year, and he is going to be so good for the club. He's basically the best center mid in the game, full stop. Best center defensive mid and best center mid. And he's got so many good links around him. Of course, he links to everyone. But on top of that, guys, he also gets the French connections, which is really, really good. So as you can see, we submit a squad there. I believe that was for about 1.5 thousand coins. And then we also complete this Manchester City one. And the only player that I actually managed to purchase in this one was this Mackay Steven for 11.25k. As you guys would have heard from before, I picked him up as an investment last week, and he hasn't really paid off. He's actually just flatlined at about 10.5k. So what I'm going to probably do with those cards is I'll probably discard them and reinvest the coins somewhere else, maybe back into this Vieira SBC, but I do want to get on with this Vieira SBC. He's going to be in the club, and he's going to be our next big upgrade. Right here in one of our 15k packs, we actually do manage to get a board, and it's going to be the centre back from Milan that goes by the name of Musacchio. So that is very, very nice. 83 rated board player, and again, it's just more cards that I can use to actually complete the SBC, which is really great. And we're actually going to deduct 1,000 coins off that 1.5 cost because we actually did get 1,000 coins back from this pack. So that was pretty nice. And yeah, that was a pretty cheap SBC, to be fair. I don't think there was many too expensive players, and I packed a lot of the players. So of course, guys, like Rui Costa, we'll only be counting not opportunity costs. So all the stuff that we actually pay for, and we'll see how much that is at the end. I'll give you guys a nice little slide when that happens, and hopefully we can get Vieira for pretty cheap, hopefully. I don't know. We're also going to be completing the Arsenal one here. I did manage to pick up a Schmeichel for pretty expensive. I bought him during the hype of everything, but for 3.3k I managed to snipe him for, which is pretty decent. That's alright. And we also managed to get a Giroud for 1.2 thousand coins. So total cost for this one is going to be 4.5 thousand coins, and yeah, that's another one of the Patrick Vieira SBCs completed, the Arsenal one done, and pretty much everything else was pack pulled there. So again, that is pretty nice. And yeah, we're just gonna get the packs and all that sort of good stuff. Now this weekend, guys, the main goal for us this weekend was to hit 17 wins, and we actually managed to do that very, very comfortably. You guys would have heard from last episode that we actually managed to start off 8-0. I proceeded to go 17-0. You guys will see that in a later episode, later bit of this episode, and then I proceeded to go and continue on to 19-0, which was really, really nice. And the good thing about that is, guys, is that I don't think I played any of the tough people, but I played some decently tough people in that. And what it shows to me is if I'm able to space out my games, I'm able to be consistent enough with this game. And that is really good. That's a good stepping stone to consistently hit the higher tiers within the weekend league. So that's a good place to be, but it's not at the point where I'm able to really beat the top players. And it's just I'm at the bridge point, and I feel like the difference between me and the top players is, one, they have a better sense of the game just generally. By the way, this game right here was 15-0, and I came up against this opponent, and he actually was a really nice dude, and he has a sick team as well. I believe he finishes like gold 1 or something, maybe gold 2, but the problem with this game was, I don't know what happened, but for some reason he had a DC. I was talking to him afterwards. Apparently his internet went down or something. So it was pretty unfortunate, because you guys will see, actually, he doesn't actually like DC at all. You just see that his player just decides to run off at the side of the pitch. And as you can see right there, he just keeps on running there, and he's gone. So yeah, I don't know what it was. His internet just like absolutely just pooped out, and I don't know what happened there, but we managed to get that win, and it was a bit unfortunate because that dude was actually pretty decent. So we're lucky to get away with the win. We're lucky to actually score first in that match, but as you can see, it was a pretty even match from the stats. After 36 minutes, to keep me at that sort of stats, you have to be a pretty decent player. So he was pretty decent, but it was just a bit unfortunate. And as you guys can see, we went 17-0 in our first 17, and that actually put us on exactly 1,000 wins. But not only that, it also gave us the Elite 1 for the month, which is absolutely great. That means we get 20 red informs. I really wish that EA would bump this up to like 25, just because we have 5 weeks, and there are so many crap cards coming up for this monthly set that I wish they bump it up to 25. I mean, we did that much more work ratio-wise, so I don't see why not. But it's obviously not going to be like that. I mean, you can't be not grateful for getting that many cards from EA, but it's just a bit unfortunate. It's alright, and we'll have to deal with it and all that sort of stuff. Again, right here, guys, we're completing another SBC, and we get another board. We've actually been pretty decently lucky with all these board pulls. In this one, we're going to get a Nice player, but that goes by the name of Schneider, and yeah, pretty decent player. He'll go through an SBC, definitely, and it's going to be good. Now, sorry about that, guys. I did have to take a little sort of break just because, as you guys would have known from last episode, my throat's still a bit sore. But right here, as you guys can see, we're coming up into our 24th match. We're currently 21-2, an amazing record. And we come up against this Brazilian team, and I'm like, ooh, this is an interesting team. This could be a fun team to play against. And this dude wasn't too amazing. However, like, I felt like after I scored my second goal, the game was just against me, and I actually was really lucky to come away with a win in this one, because it just like felt like the whole thing just shifted. And this happened quite a few times this week, and that was the reason why I lost quite a few matches. A great finish there by Ronaldo to make it 2-0 in the 55th minute. But as you guys can see, these 2 goals are a bit of an unlucky situation coming up here. Like, the first one is going to be a penalty, and I'm not entirely sure about this penalty, guys, because I feel like at this point Raphael's already taken the shot and saved the thing from Varman, but Bailly just tries to stand up after he's lunged in and he gets a penalty. I'm just like, that's a bit unfortunate, but there's not much you can do about that. And yeah, unfortunately for us, guys, we are going to concede the penalty. As you guys can see, Bailly just stands up, and at that point he just lifts Farman off the ground, but he's already taken the shot. That's the thing. And Fabinho is going to make that 2-1. I believe Fabinho has like something like 98 penalties, so it's understandable. But right here, guys, that one tilted me off so much. You have no idea. Like, I'm just going to show you the replay back. Watch this. The ball goes through Bailly's foot. Like, straight through it, like, not even, like, over it, through Bailly's foot, and then after that, he just toe pokes it onto the attacker. Like, what can you do there? What can you do there? I'm manually positioning Bailly to intercept this ball. I manually get him in the right spot, and the ball goes through his foot. Like, at that point, you just can't do anything, and this is a great finish by Neymar. You can't really complain. My opponent didn't really do anything wrong. It's just that the game was against me, and then later down in the game, we managed to bring one back to make it 3-2. Ronaldo with a great ball into Rui Costa back into Ronaldo, and Ronaldo's able to smack that one against the post and make it 3-2. But it's just games like that where it's like, it's pretty close. It's not extremely close, but it's pretty close, and when the game shifts that way, it's like, oh no, okay, this is going to be a bit of a struggle. But as you guys can see, with 58% possession, a bit more shots on target, a bit more shots in general, we do manage to come away with the win, and that's going to put us on 22-2. Now, right here, guys, I managed to snipe 3 Luis Gustavos, 2 for 20,000 coins and 1 for 19,000 coins. And you might already see that I already have a duplicate one. That's because I picked up one also for 22,000 coins. So I was really happy with that because I believe he's up to 24,000 coins right now. And he will go into helping that Vieira SBC most definitely. But our final game of today, guys, is of course going to be against Starved Asian. I actually played up against this guy 3 times this weekend, and in 3 games out of 3, I was extremely lucky to come away with the win every single time, with all like 90th minute or 120th minute winners. And you guys will see what an absolute banger here from Aurier. Like, I was just in disbelief. Aurier, like, he is my card. I love this card to bits. Like, he is the best right back in the game for me, just generally. It's not like, I don't think, like, performance-wise he does amazingly. And, but, like, just Aurier in general, I just love this card. I absolutely love this card. I've never been in a situation where I'm like, if that was Valencia, he would have done better. Like, there's never been that situation. For me, I don't think there's a fault with Aurier. So, for as long as I can, I'm going to keep on using him. He's already got 727 games for the club. That's how much I use this card. So I think if I'm ever going to have a card that's so loyal in the club, it's going to be that card. It's going to be Aurier most definitely. And, Aurier sticking in our club and hopefully gets an inform eventually. I know he was planned to get one, but then Spurs had a pretty bad thrashing. And right there, guys, as you can see in the 120th minute, we're going to get a pretty nice tap in there from Alessandrini to win the match and make it 2-3, sending us to 28-4. So a pretty nice record, guys. But unfortunately, in my last final games, I had to kind of rush them on the Saturday. On the Sunday, I didn't really want to play them on the Monday. And we actually end up going to finish 32-7. So not the best results. We go 4-3 in our last 7 games. And also on top of that, guys, we also played 30 matches, so we do get a gold loan icon pack. And in this gold loan icon pack, of course, we're going to get an icon flare and icon flash as well. And it's actually going to be Zanetti. Not the best right back, but a player that I might try out. And we'll see how he goes most definitely. But right here, guys, as you guys will see, we're going to finish off this weekend going, I believe, 32-7, which isn't bad, but it isn't the best considering where we finished off. Considering that we started off 19-0 and then we went all the way up to 28-4, you would think that we would at least get Elite 1, but of course not, guys. I actually managed to flop a lot of my games in the last couple of games, and I should have just waited till the Monday to play them. But unfortunately for us, guys, we're going to finish Elite 2 once again, but it's not the worst. It's not the worst sort of thing. It does mean that we are progressing. We're a lot more consistent in a lot more of our games, which is also very good. And on top of that, guys, we're also going to have Elite 1 monthlies to open next week. 20 red informs. Hopefully some of them can help us to complete that Vieira card. And it's going to be good. It's going to be pretty nice. And we're sitting in a good spot. We're sitting in a good spot where we're comfortably getting Elite to Elite 3 now. And it's all about just that push, that extra touch to Elite 1. That's our goal from now on. And hopefully in January we can do it. But as you can see for the month, we managed to get 155 wins out of 190, and I believe my weekends this month were 332 finishes, 129 finish, and 130 finish, which I'm pretty happy with. I'm very happy with, and I'll happily take it. Now, right here, guys, you're also going to be seeing me open my Elite 2 Squad Battles rewards, and in our weekly pack that we get for pre-ordering the game, of course, we're going to get a walkout, and that is going to be Kyren, the Napoli right winger, and he's going to be useful because he's going to go straight into another SBC for that Petit. All of our resources now, guys, is going to be going into that Petit. I was thinking about getting Team of the Year Messi, but to be honest, guys, he doesn't do enough at the left cam position for me to justify spending 3.44 million coins on the left cam position. But Vieira as a replacement for Pogba is going to be huge, and he is going to stay in my team for the rest of the year. I want my midfield to eventually be Vieira, Hullet, and Goretzka, or maybe a different player, or maybe our team is season player. One of the, like, some combination of those three I think would be absolutely phenomenal. And And I definitely want Hullet and I definitely want Vieira in my team. So that's why we're pushing forward to get Vieira. Now, in our final Mega Pack, we're going to get Morata 84 rated. And that's going to slide again straight into another SBC for Vieira to be completed. And we also get Navigator as well. So that's going to be exceptional because we're going to put him through the Vieira SBC as well. So as you guys can see, all of our efforts are going to be put through to this SBC. And hopefully in the next couple of weeks, we can get him. It's going to be a bit of a struggle, especially with those two icons. I don't want to quite yet get rid of Rui Costa. I feel like Rui Costa's card is still decent enough to play at that right cam position because he's not in an attacking like sort of shooting sense as much anymore as he was at that central cam. So I think he's decent enough at that right cam. He's strong enough and he's physical enough. He has like turns quick enough. So I think he's decent enough to be at that right cam position. So I definitely do want to keep them, especially since he does get that strong link to Ronaldo and that weak link to Goretzka. So it just links up my team perfectly. So I think I am going to keep Rui Costa. But for right now, guys, I do want to get rid of Pogba eventually, and I do want to get Vieira, and that is going to be the goal in the end of it. Right here, we're going to complete the 83 rated squad by submitting an Asensio that we managed to get in a 2-player pack, and that Morata that we just got, and from that we get a rare gold pack. And in that rare gold pack, guys, we are not going to get a flare, and we're pretty much not going to get anything from that pack. In fact, we're going to get Cedric, I believe, from Southampton. So not the best pack, but not the worst pack. But that does mean that we have 4 of the 12 Vieira SBCs completed. Of course, a lot of the other ones are exceptionally expensive. The Calcio A1, 84 to 89, and the Icon one are all going to cost us quite a bit of coin, but we are going to be able to do them later down the line if we keep on grinding out squad battles, for champions, all that sort of good stuff. But that's going to wrap it up for this video, guys. Hopefully you did enjoy it. Hopefully my voice wasn't too raspy again. Again, my throat isn't the best, so hopefully it isn't the worst. And on top of that, guys, hopefully you enjoyed the longer sort of episode. There was just a lot of content I wanted to fit into this episode, guys. So you guys got a longer episode closer to the 18-minute mark, which is pretty crazy considering that most of my videos is around 15-16 minutes. So yeah, that should be pretty entertaining. But hopefully you enjoyed this video, guys. If you did, don't forget to smash a big old thumbs up, drop a subscribe down below, and leave a comment. As always, I love reading your guys' comments. I always interact with them, so leave those down below, and I'll be happy to interact with you guys. But until next time, guys, I'll see you guys in the next FIFA 18 Road to Glory episode. So see you guys next time, and peace.
Whenever your heart is broken, don't ever forget you're golden. I will find a light in your soul.